Special thanks to my friend Andrew here, aka Aperture Psychoacoustics. He has provided almost all of the music on my YouTube channel, as well as let me borrow his camera today for all the B-roll footage that we got. So thank you, Andrew, for all of that. The iPhone X is finally here. Is the Cupertino Giant's new flagship smartphone a justifiable upgrade? Let's find out. There are several big changes in the iPhone X, and possibly one of the most controversial is the removal of the home button. So how do you navigate through everything on the iPhone X? Simple, you use gestures. They definitely are not something most people would get used to right away, but for me it took only around 1 day to get the hang of everything. You swipe up from the bottom of the screen to go home, swipe left or right on the bottom bar to quickly switch between apps, and for multitasking there are a few different ways to get into the app switcher. You can swipe up from the bottom and hold, swipe up to around the middle of the screen and release, or you can swipe up and then right, making what's sort of an upside down L shape. It may sound a bit confusing and cumbersome at first, but trust me, you'll learn to love it over time. Since Apple removed the home button, there was another controversial change they had to make, removing Touch ID. Sure, Apple could have just taken the easy route and slapped a Touch ID sensor on the back of the phone, but no one wants that inconvenience of having to try to find the sensor and then hope that their finger is resting correctly on it. Samsung. No, Apple knows that is not a good solution. To replace Touch ID, Apple has implemented a new technology called Face ID. Yes, I know a lot of phones already have facial recognition technology, but none of them that I have tried are nearly as quick and accurate as Apple's Face ID. It adapts to your face over time, so in the first couple of days you may have some issues, but something that I have noticed is if you let it adapt, it will get quicker and more accurate over time. And also, if you grow a beard, or shave your beard, or even take off your glasses, put them back on, it's going to recognize you no matter what you do to your face. Although if you put a scarf or something over your mouth, it will not work. As Craig Federini, or whatever his name is, said in some interview, the most important parts of your face that Face ID needs to recognize is your mouth, your nose, and your eyes. So if any of that is covered, it's not going to work. Just be aware of that. After a few days, I usually forget it's even there. I just swipe up when I want to use my phone, and it already unlocked beforehand using my face. And yes, it does work perfectly in the dark since it uses IR sensors. As for the camera, if you want the simple answer, the iPhone X's camera is almost identical to the iPhone 8 Plus's camera, which is arguably the best in the industry right now, but with a few extra additions such as the optical image stabilization on the telephoto lens, as well as the true depth sensor on the front-facing camera, allowing selfies to be taken with the depth effect. All those Instagrammers out there are going to have a lot of fun with this one. Hashtag no filter. Looking at the specs, you can see the camera on the phone is almost identical to the Galaxy Note 8. However, due to the software working differently on the two phones, there is a noticeable difference in the results. It's a matter of personal opinion which one you like more. The display. This is probably where the iPhone X shines most. The phone's 5.8-inch OLED display has a resolution of 2436 by 1125 with a pixel density of 458 pixels per inch, which is much higher than we've ever seen on any iPhone before this one. Thanks to its OLED technology, the screen has an astonishing 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio. Basically, blacks are pure black, no light at all on the blacks. And when it comes to watching YouTube videos or HDR movies, the display is perfect. I have been watching Stranger Things in HDR on this phone, and compared to my 55-inch Samsung KU6300 TV, it's a night and day difference. Think of it as one of those new $3,000 LG OLED televisions, except pocket-sized. However, that's something you have to see for yourself. Showing it on camera just doesn't do it justice. I would recommend trying to go to either a Best Buy or an Apple store, or some store that has the iPhone X on display and seeing it for yourself, because it's something that you really have to see with your own eyes to understand what I'm talking about. As for the notch, it doesn't bother me at all. I got used to it very quickly, and now I usually just forget it's even there. Another great feature of the iPhone X is augmented reality. Yes, iOS 11 comes with that for just about any phone, but the iPhone X's cameras have been highly optimized for AR, and I have noticed in my experience, comparing it to my old iPhone 7 Plus, that it just works better. Everything's just more accurate, like it really does stick to the floors a lot better, like the objects that you're using will stick. And overall, it just works better. I haven't seen too many AR apps do something really useful yet, but one that has caught my attention is Measure Kit, which can measure length just like measuring tape, but it's always with you since it's on your phone. By no means is it 100% perfect, but it seems to be incredibly accurate in my testing. IKEA has also released an app that I could see being very useful. It allows you to virtually place furniture into a room before actually going out and buying it. There are also a lot of really cool proof of concept apps demonstrating how AR could be used in very unique ways. So, do I think the iPhone X is worth the $1,000 price tag? Well, that depends. If you're someone who always wants to be in the bleeding edge of tech like me, then go ahead and buy it. You will not be disappointed. If you're an average consumer who just wants a phone that at least works and a little bit modern, then I would go with either the iPhone 7 or the iPhone 8. Both of those phones provide a very similar experience to the iPhone X for most users. On the other hand, if you're a part of the iPhone upgrade program provided by Apple, or are considering being part of the program, then I would recommend upgrading to the iPhone X right away before they go out of stock again. Because the price difference for every phone on that program is not too different. I was actually only paying about $10 less per month for my iPhone 7 Plus compared to this phone. So rather than paying $46 a month, I'm only paying $56. Pretty small difference for me at least. I'd say that's a pretty incredible deal. So guys, that is my verdict on the iPhone X. I hope this video helped you decide which phone you want to get. If it did, please hit that like button. If it didn't, hit that dislike button. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel for other tech reviews, video guides, and other tech stuff. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It would really help if you like and share this video, as well as follow me on the different social media sites. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new here. Thanks again, and have a great day.